Hi, I am here with Lee Shea Betten, who is running for Telluride's Town Council, and it has been a heck of a campaign season. You've been doing all these formal events and forums and meet and greets where you have timed responses, and it's all really great and helpful, but at the same time, in a lot of these events, I don't really feel like your personality can really shine through. So I'm excited to have you here today to just have a chat and hopefully have this audience get to know you a little bit better, not only as a candidate, but also just as a person.
Yay, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so I guess just to get started, everyone who comes to Telluride, they have their Telluride story, how they got here, why they stayed.
Yeah.
So what's yours?
What's mine? Thank you for asking. So I came here about 10 years ago. I was working in New York City in medical advertising, and I was honestly just looking for a sabbatical. I was kind of burning the candle at both ends and burnt out and didn't know what I wanted to do next. I didn't have a place that I wanted to move in particular, so I came here to clear my head. And I met my husband when the first week I was, my now husband, the first week I was here, and just had a great time. We dated for quite a while, and I met all of his wonderful friends, and I realized what a cool community this was. It wasn't where I came to move, but it ended up being where I stayed. And I think it was the community that kind of brought me in, and I figured, if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. I could repurpose my skill set, and it took me a while to figure out what exactly what drives Telluride, because it's not your normal community where you can just roll up with a resume and expect people to just hand you a job. So it took me a while to figure out what makes this place tick. So I kind of did really fun things that weren't as business marketing related, whether it was yoga or art or bartending at Arroyo, the wine aspect. So I kind of took a while to just sit back and see what it was that I really wanted to do here. And I ended up working at Latitude 38 and in the lodging industry. And that was a lot of fun. And that's where I got my real estate license. And from there, I realized that if you start with where you want to live, you can figure out what to do for a living.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So on that note, you've been in the lodging business. Now you're more in the real estate business.
Yeah.
And, that kind of has a connotation in Telluride, is a little bit on the evil side. So what do you make of that?
What do I make of that? That's a great question. It's interesting because I don't really feel like that same predicament exists in other communities. I think that we're just so small and it's so visible, and it's become more of a taboo, industry to be in. 2 years ago, I actually left the lodging industry and I started working with Brian O'Neill. I was his executive assistant and hanging my license at Telluride Properties, and it's been a wonderful experience. I got a great mentorship, and it's been really eye-opening to see just the complexities and the sophistication that goes into a lot of the real estate transactions. So I feel as if it's unfortunate that our community sometimes gets divided on those type of topics. It's a really necessary role that real estate agents can play, and it's not just buying and selling homes. It's very diverse, and just like anything, I think that it comes with a lot of it's a very complex industry, and it comes with a lot of knowledge. And the more you know, the more you can offer to your clients, and it's a service for sure, commission based clearly, but it's still a valuable service. And I think that there's more great qualities that real estate agents bring to the table than the negative ones that they get, unfortunately, slammed with.
Yeah. Yeah. So for people who may not understand that and may see someone with a real estate license on the ballot, automatically assume that you're just in it to support the interests of real estate. Yeah. How do you see yourself managing that if you were to be on council and say something came up that would benefit the real estate community, but maybe not the Telluride community as a whole? How would you handle that?
it's just like a lot of industries, like a lawyer, for example. Sometimes certain lawyers can set a not so great tone, but try to go to court without a lawyer and try to represent yourself and find out just how hard it is. And that's because they have a skill set and they have a knowledge base that they bring, and that's what they are hired for. Same thing with real estate. There's a lot of great qualities that real estate agents can bring to a conversation, especially when buying property. They do due diligence for a reason. They make sure that it's a sound investment, and that the terms are equitable. I think that we could use that on council. I think that we could use the balance and the knowledge and the expertise. I think that that's part of what makes a diverse council, is coming from different industries to represent the community a little bit more fair.
Mm-hmm. And your background, just as yourself, is more diverse too. It's not just tunnel vision real estate.
That's right. I mean, I actually, like I said, came from a more of an advertising marketing background, and I live in affordable housing here. I've owned for over 7 years. I've had the lodging experience and now the real estate experience, but I also have been very involved in the arts and just as a community member at large. So I definitely don't feel that I get coming from just one place. That's too hard to shut off the rest of the wonderful things that you've had in your life. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So now that the campaign season is finally coming to an end, the votes are going to be tallied next week.
Yay!
Is there anything you feel like in all of these different events and forums you haven't had the chance to say yet? Is there something that the Telluride community doesn't know about you yet that they should?
About me yet? Yeah. I guess it's just the fact that I never really wanted to be a career politician, so that's not my goal here. And I wouldn't be doing this, honestly, if I lived in a larger community. I just feel that, especially after the last 4 to 6 years of our political environment in general, I truly believe that if you want to see change, you can start locally and to be part of that change. And I really just felt that I have the bandwidth and the energy and the voice to help bring this community together. And I really want to listen. I want to reach out to our neighbors and really make people feel seen and heard so that we can have a more collective conversation and hopefully come to collective changes together. I feel like diversity and balance and representation is really important, and that's what I hope to bring. If this doesn't work out, then I'll figure out how else to use my energy, and I'll still be here in the community. But yeah, I just really wanted to take this opportunity to step up and give back. I feel like Telluride in general just provides and gives so much to the community, our visitors, and I wanted to make sure that we're giving back, whether it's time, energy, all the things, and hoping to make this just more cohesive, our community.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this.
Yes.
I mean, it's such an enormous undertaking, not just the campaign, but of course, if you were to actually be elected, that's a lot of work. And it's a huge public service. So thank you for being willing to take that on. And thanks for chatting with me today. I hope you win. I can't vote for you since I live out of town, but if I could, I would.
Thank you.
Vote for Lee Shea, and we'll find out what happens next week.